Hello? Hello? Okay, so as you can see, 7th of January news, 10 a.m., 1:15 as well, Jolt's news. Uh, I'm gonna try to wait because we've rated a high, 9:30, and then we've taken out the previous day's high and we're approaching another weekly high basically here. And this is all happening when we don't know the outcome of the Jolts yet. It hasn't come out. So again, just like we did on Tuesday, we're just gonna wanna wait for the outcome because the risk of being we don't want to risk being early, basically what I'm trying to say. We just want to be accurate. Like a sniper. So it's better to just wait. Because we're in counterparty anyway. It's not like we can hold this to a great degree. So you have 8:30 open, sell side rate 1. Then we gravitated towards the highs and we just keep pushing higher. Fair value gap, opening range gap is small. We want to see first of all if we can stay high, stay in premium leading up to the news, and what we do after the news would be key. Do have a pertinent close so far, and we are striding towards the premium side. You have 15-minute close now in premium above the end dog. If I did long this, then I would do this on a full pull only basis, and this would be my entry or the CE of this, and then I can just have a stop in this break balanced price range or the midpoint here would do it for me, and then just 120 ticks basically, 24 ticks, 240 ticks would be around here, midpoint of this, which would hopefully be hit. If not, if you see it spending too much time right before the take profit, then we would just take the half the position off or maybe the full position off. Better to do that than to F around and find out with the news coming out. 56, 7, 8. Got a news coming out now. Can again counterparty very easily, news comes out, boom, we go down, trapping all the longs, or we can just explode higher. 50-50. That's why I'm staying put. But gun to head, I would like to see an overlap and a fade of the longs. So you do have a weak close. Let's see here actually, one more candle. Okay, cool. So we did close below the end dog, which is notable. What remains to be seen is, do we now run over the sentiment here, or is this just a attempt to scare the onsiders and we can just keep powering through, maybe hit this and focus on the incomplete business here in the context of a Monday open premium counterparty, Tuesday counterparty, Wednesday counterparty, yet again deep premium. Probability of that up move is lower and the down move is way higher. So we'll see what happens. Again, MK2 criteria, very clear. Do have a swing low, swing high. Because I'm favoring a down move, I'm just going to draw it in that direction and then adapt if I need to. So MK2 weak close needed below here. This end dog firstly, and it'd be better if you can mount, because this is a 15-minute fair value gap. If you can close weekly uh, comes out basically. If you can have a weak close on this, basically this BISI. I'm sure there's a BISI on the lower time frames. Like if you go lower, 2 minutes, I think. Nothing. Okay. Well, 1 minute then. Do have a small BISI here. Balance pricers that we used earlier for the stop loss as well. If I do see that getting ran over, overlapped on a 5, even better 15 minute actually, but as a minimum we do need on a 5, MK2 would be valid. We could then use the structure here. Drawn liquidity would be this, and these lows, I like how close they are to these as well. That would be my area of interest. 25, 754. So we'll see. We'll see. Or I might just be wrong and just keeps going higher. We'll see. So far, nothing. We're still waiting. Okay, for a down move, I did not want to see that. Okay, so you do have a strong close, staying above NDOG, as well as, so we have this. As you can see, it was a discount opening range gap, and it was fulfilled. Came down to it, found support. Strong close up here. That would validate a MK2 long basically. Because if I take this range, and I would have my standard deviation, 50% here. Initially, we will put that in and just see, test out the waters. If I get more confirmation, stronger one. I don't want to see this NDOG gone. Already done enough. Should now carry on upwards. Then I can add more, and yeah, take profit here. Full pull it. All of this is at all liquidity. 100 ticks, we'll call it. At 200 and calling profit at 200 ticks, which is a 2R. So we have a 15-minute close coming up soon as well. Add a little bit more here just in case. I need the next candle to close in favor on side. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the market agrees with what I think will happen. So 15-minute candle reaction off of this, which is good, and this, and we're closing here. Midpoint of this wick will be key. Which is at 25, 868.50, 868 and a half. 868 and a half is like here, so we'll see. Oh, that's not a good sign. But that NDOG, as well as that small BISI, as long as we have that, we don't lose it, then I still can see this going up. If we lose that, then I'm just gonna have to go back to the drawing board and wait for more information. Yeah, we're just gonna stop here, because this, if it's truly strong bullish counterparty, we should not see this. We already done the messing around here. No point hanging around. We should just fly out. We haven't. Which is fine. We just go to the drawing board with information. Not risking anything by waiting. So 17. Let's see if you can have a shift here. Approaching 10:30 as well. Okay. Body was still there. But MK2 wouldn't necessarily cut it here, because this is a fade idea. I want to see at a very minimum. I want to see a shift here, minimum, and see if it wants to stay there, stay discount. I might be interested in shorting. I'm not sure yet. Depends on the factors I've just told. So 22, 3. This 24 candle will be key, I think. Yeah, it's not really pertinent to move in a lot, as you can see. We're easily overlapping the premiums and the discounts of ranges very, very easily with bodies as well. Should not be happening if we're clear, one-sided. You wouldn't see this in a one-sided market. Note how this CB just easily got ran over. And then this BC got easily ran over. Shouldn't see that. Should not be going below the 50% if it's one-sided. It's not. Do you have a bull flag forming though? So let's see what purpose they're forming the bull flag for. So this will be a high resistance liquidity run at the moment. We will define this as. Now you have a rate here. If it definitely wants to go counterparty, no absolute need to come down. It should absolutely just take off, not look back. We are approaching 1030 as well. So we'll see how that closes. I think it'll be above this end dog. It'll be a good sign if it does that. So it didn't close quite strongly, but it stayed above the midpoint low, as well as the midpoint of this, which is not an awesome bullish sign, but it's not a bearish sign. Basically, it says it's leaning more towards bullish. I'm not saying it will go up. I'm not saying that. It can just now sink lower or not do anything. It's just probabilities basically shifting. So if we are, then I don't want to see us lose end dog's low, midpoint. Definitely not this. If we have all 3 of those we lost, then I'm not interested for the M session. It just means it's manipulated and better to just be avoided because there's better conditions to be traded. We're not going to limit ourselves to a bad condition. So trade number 2, 120 ticks, 240 ticks, TP, full pull, counterparty. Let's see. Again, we would be careful adding risk here. It will need to show us like something like this. So I'm happy with that. I just one more, but not my full risk just yet. Because again, anything could happen at the moment. Now that we are finally closing upwards to the side, the drawn liquidity side, which in this case is counterparty to the weekly, I'm now more confident that it can go up, although I'll still wait and give it one more 5 more close. And if I don't get a chance to add something else, that's absolutely fine. I'm happy with that. I'll just take a full pull. My lower contract size. So you have 37, 38. See, it's good that I didn't even trade yesterday. And we're just tape reading this because it's just manipulated as fuck. It's probably because of all the shit that's going on around the globe. It's good that we are being very careful with the capital. Very, very careful, I might add. So yeah, I would be done basically at this point. There's nothing literally for a loop. I don't care. It can go all the way here. It cannot do that. Go all the way up. I don't care. I'm trying to protect my psychology and account capital. So not gonna continue engaging this and give it a chance to, take away my sanity. There's better conditions. I can make easy money. I don't need to be trading this. Nothing is forcing me. Nothing can force me. So from here on, it's just tape reading. No engagement. No real expectation. Just probability. Pure probability. Do have a high rated, multiple highs rated, shift in market structure. Could we still lower? Could we run that over and go higher? Because if you do stay lower than the end dog, then as far as manipulation is concerned, that should be enough manipulation for 3 sessions, let alone 1. So if that's the case and we're done, then we should go. But again, probability that it will do that, not an expectation of it, because it's not really behaving rationally. So 15-minute close so far. You see that midpoint still holding up. See, this is what I don't like. It's created that and just ran it over. 50% premium CB, actually that one, but it just literally ran it over. This is high fucking manipulation. Don't want to be trading this if you care about your sanity in your account. It's engineered that bullish sentiment with a bull flag, taking people out with this. Well, with this first, I guess, and then this, and then they definitely don't want to go long because they're scared that this will happen again. And now it's doing this. They probably did short here with this large wick. They're short here. The stop losses here. We just took them out. So long's been taken out a couple of times. Short's been taken out. No one's in there basically, pretty much, unless someone's just gambling and just pushing, seeing if they can get lucky ones. So 52, 53, 54. It's gonna go for this. I think it would be if I was behind the markets, it would be the perfect time. You have a macro, silver bullets behind us, then the bulk of manipulation. So I'll run this aggressively into this weekly high. See what happens. Not quite aggressive, but okay. So we're going into lunch, and just before we did, we hit that weekly high, so that'll be done. As far as the expectation is for the AM session, I am done on this one. Just gonna label it up. It's good that I didn't try to engage it before. I'd be frustrated. Okay, so it's January 7th behind us. We focused on the counterparty side of things, and we wasted a weekly high here. In fact, we did more than that. We did end up completing the opening range gap for the most part. There's a tiny portion I know still remaining here, but that could be just between the difference of contracts. I think that's negligible. Doesn't mean won't try to go up there again, but it's done the key purpose of what a counterparty weight is, creating a counterparty inducement to the direction that it's probable to go, in this case lower, so this will be the counterparty inducement going higher. Now, what I would do here is, you do have this sort of head and shoulders here. Well, the shoulder hasn't formed here, but which is why I'm not a big fan of this until we have some kind of a move maybe into this range, taking out these highs. Then I want to judge it from there, what we want to do from there. Do we then want to go lower? Maybe this will be the equal lows, I'm not sure, so we'll see. So this is London session starting. We do have this higher waisted, this low, sorry. Um, seem to be showing response. Opens, takes lower, cleans up. This equal lows throws on about 727, and this one. So now that it's cleaned up, it's just reversed. And bull flag. Do a one more rate lower. Spend some time in the range. And off to the races we go. So those highs now will be key going into this AM session. Thursday, January the 8th. News-wise, we don't really have much, just 8:30, which was actually, I think, here. No, it was here. So we used it to do a raid on the buy side, which we already took that out, so just a small raid here. Okay, so we open 9:30. Let's see the size of the opening range. It looks like it would be larger today, I think, comparatively speaking to yesterday's. So it's a very average size, not too crazy, but not too weak either. So opening price and closing price. Just put it there. So a discount opening range gap, that would be, because it opened to the downside, a bearish opening gap, I guess. So now my eyes are going to the weekly side, because we've already done the manipulation. Today it should be in a hurry to get to business, go to the weekly side, which is lower. We already are seeing signs of that. We have spent pre-9:30 time. In fact, let me just have the opening price drawn so it's a bit easier. So that's opening price for the daily, and that's opening price for the AM or the New York session. As you can see, we opened, baited, buy side, opened, buy side again, then 9:30 opens, small wick here, goes down to business, cleans up the lows. Question is, do we now stay here, or is this just an early session bait for the onsiders? Once the onsiders are stuck, it's gonna maybe go up. That's something we would need to wait and see. But so far, it has all the criteria in terms of the inducements. It's done. That will go lower now. So I'm looking at the low of this gray and dog daily low here. Something I would see probable. So we'll see what happens. So January 8 a.m. So 9:34 is a decent close that I expected. 9:38, 9:39 is also another decent close, which is good. Again, I don't want to rush it and just be like FOMO it, Although the indicators would suggest, well, my experience I'm talking about, would suggest that premium, counterparty wasted, taken out of the equation, buy side here, inducement done. So this is an actual real move that it's actually heading down, not a bait that you would enter and it'll just go up against you. All the probabilities are always there. That's always a possibility that can happen, but perhaps not a probability right now. So we'll see what happens, I guess. So you can see here, 15 minute. And you have this. So we would just enter one sell here, just in case if it wants to run away, which is fine. We'll catch it. I've got multiple ways to catch moves after they have left their initial phase, basically where they start, where they form, the point of origin. You don't have a first presentation so far that I can lean on as a solid stop loss base for me. Do have a small entry, short, weak side. Again, small risk so far. Stop loss is just going to be above the weak mean threshold of this wick. 195 would be our stop loss. TP would be 2R. It'll have to be full pull because we don't have any other contracts riding this. So this N30, 930, this and this opening range is very key because both of these actually are incomplete. So they're both valid drawn liquidities, with them being on the weekly side as well. It just boosts the probability of the trade basically as well further, so that's good. We do seem to be moving towards that, which is fine. I'd rather have a profit TP than getting the chance to add something. It's fine if you don't. It is what it is. We are expecting this to be a low resistance, easy day, because you do have manipulation behind us, so relatively should be easy at least. So we'll just put this here. We do have a small end dog. So far, good close, 15 minutes. Now this could be where we could consider maybe adding something if all the other things are going according to plan that we would look for. So first presentation for early gap is available to us. I want to see if we can, on a 5 or 15 minutes at least, stay below. Although in the 1 minute I want to go for a wait because it's been in discount. 49, macro starting. So I like this. We'll add one more, and I'm not gonna add anything else because we're already in discount. So we have 5-3 and then 0-3 and then 13. So till 10:13 we will give this time. 30 minutes shows results. 50, 51, 2, 3. It might grade this if it spends time here because stops are building up there. 54, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since we have 2 riding this, I'm just gonna take limit order and we'll see how we get there. We'll decide. Should we hold it or should we not hold it? We'll decide. So do have a pertinent 4-hour close, which is good. Mean threshold, presentation for early gap, below the mean threshold, so that's good. It means it's weak, low resistance. And then my final TP would be this, basically the high of this low, basically, which is a weekly low, I believe. No, it's just a daily, which is fine. It's significant liquidity there, not even touching the mean threshold. Right, that's target 1 hit. Risk has been removed from the table. So now we can just ride this risk free. Depending on how it performs or doesn't, we'll decide what to do with it. And that's already too close for comfort that I would have liked. So let's see. Boom, it just took us out by an inch. Or maybe not. So some people will try to go long here right away because they will look at discount move here. Small chance here. This is technically a market structure shift here. So I'll have even more people trying to go long here. So would it then use it to take the liquidity, go lower? Spend time here, then go lower? Or just reverse altogether? I think it's going to be the second option. Spend time first. Just got to make them believe it. Although it can just come right down without even waiting. So far in premium, I'd be done here. Like, that would end my interest for the session. We've had a good trade, low resistance, taken profit, and if it was to hit the second target, yeah, it could have been a bigger profit, but a profit is a profit, so we had a profitable end to the day for our speculation, which is what matters. So you have a breaker block here, SIBI here, large SIBI here, trying to hit that opening price by the looks of it, because that's where the equilibrium normally lies. You have formed a 5-minute high, which we can easily take out. inducement. Let's see if we can close below here, because macro is coming up on us. You formed a 5-minute high. This is also technically, not that I'm going to trade it, but a MK2 entry will be valid here. And what is this green line? CED. Okay, well that will also come into the equation then, which is lining up pretty much with the midpoint. So body that will close below this will technically be considered an MK2. And it's weekly side, so probability is higher for that to work. 3, 4. Yep, that would fulfill a MK2 entry. I'm not going to enter it, but I'll just role play as if I was. Although it can absolutely take off from here, I think it's reasonable to expect some kind of a retracement. But not too deep, because you have a presentation really gap there. So this will do it. Just barely hit that volume imbalance. If I was trading this, then stop loss would be above this, and then I would try to ride this to the original target, and then I would fail on this one, it looks like, because it's just wanting to spend time here, take advantage of the fact that people think it's going to go lower, and keep inducing them in to take them out. So entering a high resistance liquidity run phase here by the looks of it. Okay, that's good so far. We went up, left this intact, and bodies are closing below so far. But can we do that, sustain it, or do we now raid the highs? Because there's a lot of buy side building up here, trendline liquidity we could easily go into. And we have lunch approaching, 11:30 approaching, 28, 29. Yeah, probabilities will still favor the downside at this stage. So we're entering this, then again, same logic. If it fails now, then it's just going to be sideways, basically going into lunch. So we should now hopefully see that, or not, it just depends. 38, let's see. Nah, we're just taking the key, basically. Going into lunch is just gonna keep doing this. So it's not going anywhere, basically. This is just a way for it to kill time. But our AM session was good, so we're all cool. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of this anyway. Like, look at this. Same high, same low. And we're inside of that.